Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. My name is Camel, but more excitingly, however, welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Detective Series. A series in which we investigate, curate, speculate, hypothesize, theorize, and quite often simply highlight and discuss interesting, mysterious, and hidden things that can be found within the Elder Scrolls games. And today we have a very exciting video, especially if you are interested in the Dwemer race and the overshadowing mystery that shrouds their history, culture, and disappearance. As we will be taking a look at Yagrum Bagarn, the last living Dwemer, but more importantly, we'll be sitting down, shutting up, and having a long listen to what he has to say. As for the first time ever, Yagrum Bagarn has been fully voice acted by Ryan Cooper, a phenomenal voice actor working heavily on the Skywind project. Now, I actually commissioned Ryan to do these voice lines about 4 years ago and just never ended up using them, and in fact, I'd forgotten they even existed until recently, and after giving them another listen, I refused to let them sit idle any longer. Now, Yagrum Bagarn appears within the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, which was released almost 20 years ago and was entirely text-based. Because of this, many Elder Scrolls fans haven't played the game or had the chance to actually interact with this character. But now Yagrum Bagarn has had new life breathed into him, and we will be able to experience his ever-intriguing character in full. Now, if Elder Scrolls lore and mysteries interest you, be sure to check out my other Elder Scrolls detective videos that I have already done. They can be found down in the description via the Elder Scrolls Detective playlist link. Now, down there in the description, you can also find all of my social media links. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter to keep up to date with what I'm doing. And be sure to check out my brand new merch store with over 100 items carefully designed for lovers of the Elder Scrolls, like this camel Elder Scroll blanket designed by yours truly. It keeps you warm and up to date with lore while watching these videos. But for now, let us go and meet with one of the most interesting characters within the Elder Scrolls games. Yagrum Bagarn resides within Tel Fyr, a Telvanni mushroom tower found on the western edge of the Azura's Coast region of Vvardenfell, lorded by the master wizard Divayth Fyr, beneath which is a facility known as the Corprusarium, a home for, and quite frankly a laboratory that houses those stricken with Dagoth's so-called divine disease, commonly referred to as the Corprus. Divayth Fyr keeps subjects here as he attempts to create a cure for the disease. But one of his tenants stands out from the others. This is the last living dwarf, Yagrum Bagarn, the only known survivor of the Dwemer race. So let's sit and listen as Yagrum tells his story.
Do not harm me, or you will be very sorry. I warn you, leave me alone, and I will leave you alone. You're here for the Dwemer Boots. I have Lord Fyr's Dwemer Boots. That's what you're here for, aren't you? Tell my gracious keeper that I have done what I could. Only a Dwemer magecrafter could have done so much. But only idiots could have created these boots. It shames my race that we must be judged by the works of such lackwit plunderers. Lord Fyr obtained these enchanted Dwemer boots from an unfortunate thief, and given the quality of their craftsmanship, little wonder the fellow came to a bad end. But I can do nothing for them. The fundamental enchantment is flawed. Might as well start over again, if such a pair of boots could still be fashioned in these benighted latter days. But I have done my best. Take them to Lord Fyr, with my sincere apologies. I gave you the boots, didn't I? I have nothing. Go away. Leave me in peace. But wait, what is that you have there? What do they think it is? That unique Dwemer artifact? Do you know what this is? This is Wraithguard, an enchanted device created ages ago by my former master, High Craft Lord Kagrenac, a long-dead Dwemer magesmith. I believe it is one of the tools he created to forge Mythopoeic enchantments. I was one of Lord Kagrenac's master crafters, and though I didn't work on this project, I knew of it from my fellow magesmiths. Once I was a master crafter in the service of Lord Kagrenac, chief architect of the great Second Empire freeholds, and the greatest enchanter of his time. I could not match the genius of Lord Kagrenac, but what he could envision, I and my colleagues could build. All of that is gone forever. I still retain my cunning, but my hands and eyes fail me, and my memories have long faded. My only consolation is each day to mock the gods who destroyed my race and condemned me to this bleak existence. I owe my life to Lord Fyr. He took me in when I was a mad monster, out of my mind. In time, I emerged from my dementia, and now I'm quite lucid most of the time, though my body is still a grotesque and useless prison. And I still have some feeble hope of cure. Lord Fyr has tried many spells and potions. None have helped me, but neither have they harmed me. If anyone can cure this disease, Lord Fyr can. I have theories if you are interested. Lord Kagrenac, the foremost arcane philosopher and magecrafter of my era, devised tools to shape Mythopoeic forces, intending to transcend the limits of Dwemer mortality. However, in reviewing his formulae, some logicians argued that side effects were unpredictable, and errors might be catastrophic. I think Kagrenac might have succeeded in granting our race eternal life, with unforeseen consequences, such as a wholesale displacement to an outer realm, or he may have erred and utterly destroyed our race. I cannot say what happened. I was not there to observe. I was in an outer realm at the time, and when I came back, my people were gone. I left Red Mountain, wandering Tamriel for years, searching our deserted colonies, looking for a survivor or an explanation. Then, a long time ago, I returned to Red Mountain, still looking for answers. Instead, I found Corprus disease, and I have been here ever since. I'm not sure I can explain. In his search for the secrets of immortality, Kagrenac sought to control supernatural forces that you might call divine. This artifact, called Wraithguard, was one of the tools that he created for this purpose. Some believed his tampering with such forces was profane and terribly dangerous. You know that Dwemer disappeared? His use of these tools may have been responsible. It probably isn't very dangerous. You couldn't have known, but you took a great risk handling it. I'm not sure. Let me see. That goes there. No, I don't think so. Not without Kagrenac's Planbook and Kagrenac's Journals. But If the originals still exist, and I could study them, then yes, perhaps I could restore the artifact. Whether I should or would, on the other hand, that is a different matter. This is not a matter of personal gain. This is a matter of right and wrong, and the risk of potential harm, and the questions of your motivations and character. I'm sorry. Your reputation is not so great that I would risk putting such a powerful device in your hands without a very compelling reason. I see. Dagotha's use of the enchantments on the heart of Lorkhan presents a great danger, and you need this artifact, Wraithguard, to destroy those enchantments and Dagoth. This is a good cause. If you can find Kagrenac's Planbook and Kagrenac's Journals and bring them to me, I will do my best to restore Wraithguard to its proper functions. Kagrenac recorded every step in his manufacture and testing of enchanted items. His journals will record any modifications or enchantments made to his original designs. I don't know where his journals might be. I'm fairly sure they haven't been discovered. What Divayth Fyr would have heard, and would have told me. That suggests they remain to be discovered in some Dwemer ruin here on Vvardenfell. You must find Kagrenac's Planbook and Kagrenac's journals and bring them to me before I can attempt to restore the Mythopoeic enchantments on Wraithguard. So it's you again. What brings you to visit Yagrum Bagarn, Master Crafter and last living dwarf? This is how I style myself. I do not know for a fact that I am the last, but in my travels thousands of years ago, I never encountered another. And since I have been here, I often ask Lord Fyr, but he says he has never heard a credible rumor of another Dwemer on Tamriel or in any outer realm. Good, very good. You have found Kagrenac's Planbook. Now you must also find Kagrenac's journals and bring them to me before I can attempt to restore the Mythopoeic enchantments on Wraithguard. You found Kagrenac's journals and Kagrenac's Planbook. Good. I'll take them and study them. It shouldn't take long. If you have really brought me Kagrenac's Planbook and Kagrenac's journals, I can at least try to restore the Mythopoeic enchantments on Wraithguard. Give me a day, then come back, and I think I can restore Wraithguard's Mythopoeic enchantments. I had not seen this book before, but it reinforces some of my own theories. If you were to find more books like this, bring them to me, and perhaps I could tell you more. Yes, this book is written in both Altmeris and in Dwemer. Many books were written in both languages in the days of Restain, where Dagoth and Dwemer ruled together peacefully. I'd offer to translate, but this is really just a boring travel guide. If you find any other books in Dwemer, I could translate them for you. By refreshing my memory with divine metaphysics, I believe I can explain. The Dwemer were not unified in their thinking. Kagrenac and his tonal architects, among them Bethune and Methange, believed they could improve the Dwemer race. Others argued that the attempt would be too great a risk. The war with Nerevar and the Dwemer may have led Kagrenac to carry out his experiments prematurely. Although this book argues that nothing disastrous could result, the disappearance of my race argues otherwise. This book is just an explanation of some of Kagrenac's theories. I could spend hours explaining them to you. But Kagrenac is dead, and I believe his theories must die with him. I have learned all I can from Kagrenac's Planbook and Kagrenac's Journals. Now, if you're still willing, I'll try to restore the Mythopoeic enchantments on Wraithguard. I won't even consider this procedure until you are in perfect health. Come back to me when you are completely healed. Even if you were in perfect health, and if you fortified your health as much as possible, there is a good chance that you would be killed the first time you equipped Wraithguard. I would not risk it in your condition. I see you have equipped Wraithguard. I wish you luck with it. A remarkable story. A pity to have to destroy Kagrenac's enchantments on the heart. It would have been interesting to study them. Since the disappearance of the Dwarves, I have been alone in this world, trapped in this grim prison. I can scarcely move, and my fellow inmates are scarcely good company. The risk of Corprus disease deters most visitors. But if you meet with cultivated minds, undaunted by the terrors of the Corprusarium, you might mention your recent interview with the last living dwarf.
A truly special character, and one I hope returns in a future Elder Scrolls game. Sadly, it is not actually known if Yagrum Bagarn survived the eruption of Red Mountain. Neither is it known if Divayth Fyr survived, but I feel if there is one person who could survive, it is Divayth Fyr, and if there is one person he would want to save, it would be Yagrum Bagarn, given they are both thousands of years old and have been in each other's company for thousands of years also. Along with this, Divayth Fyr is considered the second most knowledgeable person alive on Tamriel, falling just behind our man Yagrum Bagarn. So between the two of them and their powers and their knowledge and their clear will to live, I truly hope they survived the destruction of Vvardenfell. Now, it is not known how old Yagrum Bagarn actually is, but as he held the title of Master Crafter at the time of the disappearance of the Dwarves, which took place during the 700th year of the First Era, some 3,543 years before the events of the Elder Scrolls III Morrowind takes place, during which time we actually meet Yagrum Bagarn. So from this we can deduce that Yagrum is at the very youngest 3,600 years old when we meet him, with it being very likely that he is hundreds if not thousands of years older. I would absolutely love to have him reintroduced in a future game, as I'm sure, much like you, I have many more questions I wish to ask him. But what we heard here today is all of his dialogue available from the Elder Scrolls III Morrowind. But what I am truly excited for is to know if you have learned something new about the Dwemer by meeting and listening to Yagrum Bagarn. Do you think he has survived, and do you think there is much more valuable knowledge to be learned from him? Let me know what titillating questions you would love to ask the last living Dwemer, Yagrum Bagarn. Of course, I hope that you have learned something new about the beautifully mad universe that these wonderful games take place in, the Elder Scrolls. If you have any information, facts, speculation, theories, or anything to do with Yagrum Bagarn, be sure to leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And if you do have any ideas for something that should be covered in an Elder Scrolls Detective series video, be sure to let me know. I'll look into whatever strange and obscure topics you present. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a kindness and leave a like. It makes the video look good. Leave a comment with your Elder Scrolls Detective video ideas and your thoughts on our friend, the last living dwarf Yagrum Bagarn. And of course, if you did enjoy this video and want to see more videos similar to this one, please subscribe. It helps me know that people enjoy these kind of videos, and it will result in more of them in the long run. Be sure to click the little bell icon next to the subscribe button right here on YouTube so that you are notified when new Elder Scrolls Detective videos are uploaded. My other Elder Scrolls Detective video links can be found down in the description via the Elder Scrolls Detective playlist link. Down there are also links to all of my social media. Be sure to check all of that out to keep up to date with what I'm up to. And of course, be sure to check out the merch store. There is a ton of cool stuff on there, most of which I painstakingly designed myself. And please go and check out and show your support for Ryan Cooper, the voice actor who did the dialogue for Yagrum Bagarn in this video. A link to his YouTube channel is down in the description as well. If you did enjoy this video and you would like to help support the channel in a more personal way, you can become a patron on Patreon or a member of the channel right here on YouTube. As I'm sure you know, all of my time and energy goes into making these videos that I create for you to enjoy. So your support is most genuinely appreciated and welcomed in any and all forms. So thank you very much for watching, thank you for supporting the channel. I've been Camel, and I will see you very shortly in the next video. I'll see you there soon.